All right, welcome, guys, to another exciting episode of the Mblockers Friday Live event. Are you excited, guys? Give me a yes on the chat if you're excited to be on this call today. For our regular attendees, we know it's always a value-packed and exciting one. So if you're excited to be here today, please give me a yes on the chat. All right, I'll take a minute to just go through the comments so I'll know those that are live with me. Of course, we've dropped the live link on our various groups, so a lot of persons are joining in. Elan said yes. Lori says very excited. Ade says yes. Awesome. All right, I'm excited myself because it's always an exciting session, of course. All right, so today's session, I believe, is going to be a very quick one because what I'm going to be showing you, all right, is going to be super easy. You're going to be amazed by the simplicity. So I believe today's session will be a super fast one. All right, so before I jump into the business of today, I'll just run through a couple number of updates very quickly. So last week we did cover a very practical subject, and we showed live on the call how to create a digital product. All right, and we did that demonstration by creating an ebook live on the call. All right, so we also gave out a number of action points, and how many of us actually took action, and how many of us have our digital products created already? Let me know on the comment section. All right, I'm purposely asking this question because I really want to see us make progress. I really want to see us take action and get results. So how many of us took action on what we learned last week Friday? How many of us were able to set up our own product, our digital product, whether an ebook or an audio course or a video course, whatever the case is? How many of us were able to do that? Let me know in the comment section. I'll take a moment to check and see your responses. Drop your responses on the comments. Let me take a moment to check it out. All right, we have a number of persons joining in. All right, I can see Jay, I can see Dollar, I can see Peace, I can see Caroline. Awesome, guys. Thanks so much for joining in. So the first point I was trying to make is how many of us took action on what we learned last week? And for those of us that were not on the call or you've not actually seen the replay, I would encourage you to actually check up the replay on the community on Facebook here, and also we have it live on our YouTube channel. All right, so watch the replay, take action, create that product, create that course, create that resource or whatever the case is, because what we'll be learning today is how to set up an e-commerce website. All right, so this could be a build up on what we learned last week. So take, for instance, you already created your digital course. Now it will be, how do I sell it? So what you're learning today is going to be like a build up. So that is why I'm opening today's session with that question. All right, so I'll just move to the number 2 point I wanted to share, and this one is super exciting. All right, so we actually have a beautiful tool in the works called the AI Avatar Creator. All right, this is a tool we have in the works, so it's still in production. It's not yet shipped. All right, it's not even open for beta yet, but just to build up the excitement. All right, so we have that tool in the works, and hopefully in the coming week it should be rolled into beta. All right, this tool allows you to upload a couple number of your pictures, and then you use that set of pictures to train the AI, and then you can generate different variations, scene specific variation, or scene specific avatars of yourself using text prompts. All right, let me just show you a few of the results I was able to generate in my test of this tool. All right, and very soon it will be open to everybody, so I'll just go to my local device very quickly. I hope I'm not showing too much. Okay, awesome. So so these is an example of some of the avatars I was able to create. All right, so for those of us that say show your face, this is my face right here. All right, so this was created, it's not a painting, it was not hand drawn. This was created by the Marketing Blocks AI Avatar Creator from just a simple text prompt, and I have a couple number of them, and they come out pretty cool. All right, they come out pretty cool. All right, What do you think about these guys? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. What do you think? So I have a couple number of them, and they come out pretty cool. And the funny thing is that I've had one profile picture on Facebook for quite some time, run months, running into years, and with the help of this tool, I was finally able to update my Facebook profile picture. I'll just show you that very quickly. So it had a very practical use case for me. So I was able to actually do that. So view profile picture, yes. So I had my profile picture updated, and I had a number of engagements. All right. And of course, creating an avatar has several use cases for branding, for social media, like I've done, and a whole lot of other use cases. So how are you excited about this tool, guys? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know on the comment section. Are you excited about this tool? So it's still in production, all right? It's still in development rather, and it will be pushed live for beta, hopefully in the coming week. All right. So that's an announcement I wanted to make. So if you're excited about this tool, give me a fire emoji on the chat. Let me see the engagements, guys. All right, awesome. All right, so jumping to the business of today. Like I said, it's going to be a very quick session, and I'm going to be very quick and show you exactly how to do what we've set out to do today. So today I'll be taking you through a step-by-step walkthrough on how to build a full-blown e-commerce website using marketing blocks. All right. And now some may be wondering, we didn't do the poll today and all of that. This topic is actually a very popular, a highly demanded topic, because it actually took second place in our poll from last week. So tonight we are pumped and ready to do justice to it. All right. So today we'll be we'll be covering how to build your e-commerce website from scratch using the Marketing Blocks AI page builder. And then we'll be showing you how to set up and attractively customize your products for sale on your website, and then how to integrate your preferred processors, payment processors, and payment merchants like PayPal, Stripe, and the rest of them, so you can collect payments, because that's what an e-commerce website is all about in the first place. All right. And then how to set up deliveries and all other setups. So we'll be doing that very quickly. All right. So are you excited about today's topic? Let me know on the chat. Are you excited about today's topic? Because we're going to dive deep right now. So let me know on the chat. So I'll just take a moment to check the engagement on the chat and be sure that we are all on the same page. All right. Because we're about to take a deep dive. Jay said you updated your profile picture and didn't even have to pose for it. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I actually had my previous profile picture for several months, running into years, and Marketing Blocks helped me to get that updated without taking a pose, like you said. All right, so if you can still hear me and you can still see my screen, I want to be sure that I'm properly set up, because I'm about to take a deep dive into today's topic. All right, so right now I'm on my Marketing Blocks. I'll go back to my project dashboard. All right, so I'm going to be using my gym club offer for this presentation. So I'll just be walking you through how everything is done and all of that. So I'm going to go into my Pizzo Gym Club project. All right, so before I I'll just launch the page builder, the Marketing Blocks AI landing page builder. All right, so before I actually go ahead to create my page and then show you how to make it enable it for e-commerce options, right? I like to maybe give a basic explanation of what an e-commerce website is for those of us that may not know. All right, so just for a basic explanation, an e-commerce website is simply an online platform or a website that enables businesses to sell products or services to their customers over the internet. All right, that's basically what an e-commerce website is all about. Simply a website or anything you can actually conduct commerce on. And commerce is all about buying and selling. So you have one party selling and then you have the other party buying. So the platform where this happens can be called said to be an e-commerce platform or an e-commerce website, as the case may be. So basically that's what an e-commerce website is. So we've actually done series of trainings on the page builder, building websites and all of that, but we've not actually seen how to enable this e-commerce option where you can actually take payments. You can actually advertise your products or services on your website and then go ahead to take payments. All right, so it's actually possible with the Marketing Blocks AI page builder, and that is what I'm going to be showing you in a minute. All right, so but before I dive in to create my page, I'm going to show you 3 samples of websites, and based on the explanation or the definition I've given to what an e-commerce website is all about, I'd want us to let me know which of these is actually an e-commerce website. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. All right, so this is website number 1. So this is the Snappy Labs website. All right, this is snappylabs.com. all right, so this is the official website of the Snappy Labs, all right, which is the mother company behind Marketing Blocks. All right, so this is the Snappy Labs website. As you can see, you have the homepage, then you have the About Us page. All right, you have our products, and then you have Contact Us. All right, then secondly, I'll just reload this. You have the Marketing Blocks website as well. So this is the Marketing Blocks website on marketingblocks.ai. all right, and now on this website, as you know, all right, you can actually purchase Marketing Blocks right on the website. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do that. So from the menu navigation right here, I'll just click on pricing, and when I do that, it's going to give me different offers of Marketing Blocks. All right, so we have the pro offer, we have the unlimited plan, and then the enterprise plan. All right, and if I'm interested to purchase this right now, I can go ahead and make a purchase. So this is the Marketing Blocks website. And then thirdly and finally, we have Amazon.com. all right, so this is Amazon.com. Of course, I believe we all know Amazon. So a variety of products are sold on Amazon, from physical products to digital products to courses and all of that. So this is Amazon. So you can actually purchase anything right there. You can do all of that right here. All right, so these are the 3 sample websites I wanted to show. So based on the definition I gave, I'm going to say that again. An e-commerce website is simply an online platform or website that enables businesses to sell products or services to their customers over the internet. So of these 3 websites I've shown, which of them is an e-commerce website? Let me know on the chat. So I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to take a pause so I can see your responses on the chat before I move forward. So which of these is an e-commerce website? So I can see some responses already. Dollar said number 3, which is Amazon. All right, awesome response. Ade says Amazon. Okay, guys, keep the comments coming in. I want to see your responses, because we need to know what an e-commerce website is before we go ahead to build one. All right, so give me your responses. Which of these 3 websites is an e-commerce website? Sean says all 3. Jay says I will say the last 2. Elizabeth says number 3. Stella says Amazon. Okay, awesome answers. Okay, so based on the explanation given, all right, so Amazon is actually a full-blown e-commerce website, as you can see. All right, and then I would say the Marketing Blocks website is also an e-commerce website because it has the e-commerce function. That means you can actually make a purchase. Marketing Blocks is actually selling a product live on the website, and customers or visitors can make a purchase live on the website. So that makes it an e-commerce website, even though it's not a full-blown e-commerce website, but you can actually make a purchase on the website. So that makes it basically an e-commerce website as well. Then for the Snappy Labs website, this is not an e-commerce website, although we have a menu option here that will take you to a product page, which redirects you to an e-commerce website where you can actually make purchases. So but right here on the Snappy Labs website, you cannot make a purchase. All right, you cannot make a purchase. But when you come to my products, you're going to see a list of all our products, including Marketing Blocks and all of that. And then when you click on the call to action button or the learn more button, all right, it's going to now take you to an actual e-commerce website where you can make purchases. So I believe this is clear. So Amazon is an e-commerce website. Marketing Blocks SaaS page, which you have right here, can also be said to be an e-commerce website. And now the it begs the question, how then do you create an e-commerce website? And also of note, there are certain other options that comes with an e-commerce website that makes the buying process seamless for users. So apart from just having a button where people can actually make purchase live on the site, there are a few other options, and we're going to be running through all of them right on this call. All right, so I'll just jump in right now to create my page. All right, so right here on the AI page builder in my Fitso Gym Club project, I'm going to click on create a page. So I can just call it, for the purpose of this presentation, I can just call it my e-commerce website. All right, I'll just call it my e-commerce website. And then to proceed, you can actually choose any of the template depending on what you want to achieve. Probably you want to build a website for your company or for a client, but you want to be able to also make an offer live on the page. Then you can actually choose any of these templates, and then I'll show you how to add the e-commerce functionality to the page. But for this purpose of this presentation, I'm not going to be using any of the pre-made templates. I'm just going to pick the blank template, and I'll click on create new page. So it's going to bring me to the page editor right here. All right, so let's get started. Now what you want to do is to come to this option. So right here I have I'm starting from scratch, so I'm going to build everything from scratch so that you actually know how to do this yourself. All right, and it's going to take it's going to take just a few minutes to get things set up. So right here on the page editor, what you want to do is to make sure you're on the sections tab. So ideally, once you come into the editor, by default you're going to be on the sections tab like I am right here. So we have a list option here, or a filter option rather, so where you can actually filter the sections. So these are a list of, or previews of, sections we have on the page builder. Beautiful sections. All right, so we do not need all of this section. What we need is actually something that enables the e-commerce functionality. All right, so what you want to do is to click on the filter option right here, and you're going to scroll down a bit, and you're going to see this option here, e-commerce. All right, and e-commerce. All right, it's currently on beta, as you can see, but it actually works pretty well, and you can go ahead to test run and build a website, e-commerce website for yourself already. All right, so I'll just click on e-commerce, and then it's going to filter out all the e-commerce sections, e-commerce enabled sections we have on the builder, and we have quite a number of them, and they are really pretty professionally made and super good to go. All right, so I'm going to bring a few of them right into my page so we can preview them real time. All right, so we can preview them real time. I'm just going to drag. So what you want to do is to maybe scroll through, and then you can drag in any of the sections you like, and in a matter of minutes, if not seconds, you'd have all the sections you need to set up your page. So I think this is actually enough for the purpose of this presentation. So right here I have a number of sections, so I'm going to expand my page so you can see very well. So I have a number of sections already on my page builder. Remember, I started from blank, and now I filtered the sections and filtered to bring out just the e-commerce enabled sections, and I have them right here. So as you can see, these sections are pre-made, so you don't have to be a designer. You don't need to have eyes for color, or I cannot design, I don't know how colors match and all of that. You don't need to bother about all of that. The sections are professionally made. All you need to do is to drag them in, and then you customize to fit your need. All right, so take a look at this section. It's pretty and it's professional, and you can take a look at this one as well. It's pretty and it's professional. This one is beautiful, popping, right? Same, and there you go. Is this making sense, guys? Let me know in the chat. Is this making sense? I can bet that a lot of us here do not know or did not know that such a functionality exists in marketing blocks. All right, but like we say, marketing blocks makes you an expert in marketing in literally minutes. So right now, when we're done with this call, you'd be able to build a professional e-commerce website on the go. Maurice is asking a question: would there be a shopping cart included or a single payment? I'm going to show you everything, so let's take things one step at a time. But let me know on the chat, How pretty are these sections? Are you impressed? All right, so we have these e-commerce enabled sections. So and the beautiful thing is that you can set up an e-commerce website for your digital or physical product, or even for services. All right, maybe you offer a copywriting service or a web design service or whatever it is. You can list them right on your e-commerce website and collect payments straight to your PayPal or to your Stripe account, or however you want to collect payment, and you're good to go. All right, are we together? Are we together, guys? Let me know on the chat. I want to be sure that everyone is following. That is why I'm taking my time to show everything step by step. So I'm getting some comments. Ade says yes. Claire J says yes, makes a lot of sense. So easy. Yes, pretty easy. I told you, you're going to be wild and you're going to be impressed by the simplicity. All right. Elan said awesome. Jerry says very nice. Jay says, can we make the changes to the sections? Yes, you can customize 100%, and I'm going to show you how to do just that. All right, so these are the sections, e-commerce enabled sections. So you just scarf through all the options we have right here. Sections are being added every other week. As you know, we make updates to marketing blogs every other day. So sections updates are being made every other day. All right, so you just pick your preferred section that fits whatever you want to sell. All right, and then you can jump into customizing already. Is that cool? All right, as you can see, the sections are beautiful, sleek, and we have various variations that you can actually pick from. And also very interesting to note, the sections are responsive. So what I mean by that is that a lot of your users or customers may be surfing the internet on mobile. They may come to visit your e-commerce website on mobile, and thankfully the websites you build on marketing blogs are mobile responsive, and I'll just show you that right here. So the websites are 100% mobile responsive. So whether it's visited from a desktop computer, from a tab, or from a mobile phone, it's by default responsive, as you can see. How cool is that, guys? It is by default responsive, so you don't have much to really do. All right, and also, like I said, the sections are fully customizable. So for instance, this is an image, or this is more like a section selling maybe a clothing product. All right, so you can just click on the image and you have the options to update the description, update the product name. Let's say, I'm doing this off my hair. Let's say Gucci sweat shirts, or will I say Gucci shirts. All right, just for the purpose of the presentation. And then you add your description. All right, a beautiful shirt to grace any occasion. Sorry, this is just to show you that things are actually fully customizable. As you can see, as you're making the changes, it's happening real time. All right, and then you can update the image. All right, so if I want to change this image, I just click on this option right here, and I have all my options to choose from. You can generate an ad, as you can see right here. You can use from the stock library, and importantly too, you can upload the image of your product. So if, for example, you're going to sell a physical product, then you can take a physical snapshot of your product to make it a bit realistic, and then you can upload it right in. And then let me just put this, okay, it's not really fitting that particular scene. Maybe I'll just use one of these images just for the purpose of the presentation. All right, I'll just do this so you can update the images, as you can see. All right, so, and also you have several other options to make your page a bit more interactive, so it's not static. You have the animation, you can change color and all of that. All right, are we following, guys? So like I said, the page is fully customizable. All right, the page is fully customizable. All right, and then you have the call to action button, and this is really maybe the most important part of an e-commerce website, being able to make a sale right on the page. All right, so the button is where the sale happen, or when your visitors click on the button, that's how you actually are able to collect payments and all of that. So when you click on the button, you're going to get a couple number of options which I'm going to walk you through very quickly. All right, so when you click on the button right here, you're going to see all these options. It says edit link item. So the very first option you see, you're going to see three options, actually three payment options. All right, number one, you can actually set it to you can actually set an external checkout. So take for instance, you have a PayPal buy link for your product already, or you have a Stripe buy link. All right, you do not have to rack your brain on how to go about that. All you have to do is just to grab that buy link, come over here, toggle on the external checkout option, and then you paste the link right here. All right, and that is it. So when visitors come on your page, they are sold by your copy and all of that, and how you've presented your product. When they click on the order now button, it takes them straight to checkout. All right, it takes them straight to checkout. Now the second option you'd have, as you can see right here, is the add to cart option. So with this option, this gives your website a full-blown e-commerce experience, so that visitors can actually shop around your website. So it gives the vibe of like an e-commerce store, where you have multiple products that you're selling, and then users can actually shop and add things to their cart. All right, so say this is a live website, for instance. You can see that there are a couple number of products here. So I can say, oh, I like this shoe, I can click on it to add to cart. I can say, oh, I like this jacket, I can click on it, add to cart. Oh, I like these glasses, I can click on it and add to cart. So that gives you the full-blown e-commerce experience. All right, and how do you do that? You simply toggle on the add to cart option. All right, so this gives you the full-blown e-commerce experience. So same thing applies when you come to Amazon. All right, you can add items to cart. As you can see, my cart is currently empty, and I can go ahead to start adding items to my cart. And when I'm done shopping, I can now go ahead to check out. All right, I hope that is clear. So this is possible with marketing blocks as well. So, but all you just have to do to enable that is to come to the product in question, click on the call to action button, and then you toggle on add to cart. So that means that product can be added to cart and allow users to have that shopping feel. All right, and then the third option you have is checkout bypass. So what this option does is just exactly what we have at say on the marketing blocks website, where you cannot say you want to add the pro plan to cart, then add the unlimited plan to cart. You understand? So for this kind of sale, it's direct to checkout. All right, so if you want to implement that, you can also do that on the marketing blocks website builder. All right, so all you just have to do is to click on the checkout button and toggle on the bypass checkout, so that when visitors come and click on the call to action button, it takes them directly to the checkout page. All right, so depending on what you actually want to achieve, you'd actually know the best option to use. So I'll just give a little hint. So if you're building a full-blown e-commerce website where you have multiple products and you want your visitors or your customers to actually surf around, shop, add things to cart and all of that, then you want to use the second option. All right, but if you are selling a single product and then you have that section on your website, and you've sold your copy, have sold your customer already, now they want to take action, then you want to use the checkout bypass option so that they can click on the call to action button and check out already. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense, guys? Let me know on the comment section so I'll know we are all following. I try as much as possible to break things down very to the very minimal level, so that everybody follows and we're able to actually implement. All right, so let me know in the comment section, are we following? Does it make sense up to this point? Jay says, then where does it take you to? Does it take you to payment service? I'm going to show you that. We're going to demonstrate everything right on the call. So I'm just walking you through the options available. All right, Elizabeth says it makes sense. All right, Jay says, once we change what the button does, how do we change the wording? That is pretty simple. It's just the same way you edit your button in your normal website. All right, so take for instance, this is shop. All right, if I come right here, you can see that there are a lot of options here. Apart from the checkout option, you have this option text, you have icon, you have link, you have color and all of that. So you can come to text and then you actually decide what text you want to show. All right, you can come to text and decide what text you want to show. So I'll just click on text, and then I can say the call to action is shop. I can say add to cart, since I'm enabling the add to cart option, so I can change my call to action words to add to cart. I can do that here. You see, it's really easy, and it's really super easy. All right, you can also change the button color if you so wish. Like I said, everything is 100% customizable. You can change the button color, so you have color right here. So I can say let me change my button color to blue, and it happens in real time. I hope that answers your question. So these are the options available, and it's really robust. All right, so let's take a quick test and see how this works. All right, so I'm going to use this section for the test. All right, so I have 4 products listed here. All right, so for option number 1, I'm going to use the first option. So I'll just come over here and toggle on the first option. Say I want to use an external checkout, so I can just grab any link. So let me just grab the marketing blocks pricing page link and bring it in, just for the purpose of the test. So like I said, the use case of this is if you have a payment link, maybe a PayPal payment link or a Stripe payment link, whatever the payment link you have in your merchant account or your payment processor, you don't have to rack your brain on how to integrate it with your page builder in marketing blocks. All you just have to do is to use the checkout link option, and then you put your link right here like I've done. All right, so this is using the external checkout option. All right, so for number 2, I'm going to use the add to cart option. All right, so it means when I click on this button, it's going to add to cart. Then I'm going to make this add to cart option as well. And then finally, I'm going to make the number 4 product checkout bypass. So that means if I click on the 4th product, it's going to take me to checkout ASAP or directly. Does that make sense? All right, and then I'll save changes. Does that make sense, guys? Are we still following? Let me know. Keep the engagement coming in. You can keep typing in your questions. We're going to have a question and answer session, and I'm going to take all your questions. And if I'm not able to take your question live on the call, be rest assured support is live on the call as well, and we're responding to every comment. All right, we're responding to every comment. So keep the questions coming in, keep the engagements coming in. So are we cleared up until this point? All right, if we are cleared up until this point, then I'm going to show you one last option before we preview our page and then go ahead to see things live. All right, so I'm going to save, then I'm going to exit the page. So when I exit the page, when you come to your page, your landing page dashboard, which I'm currently on, remember this is the website, the e-commerce website I'm building. All right, there's a couple number of options here. You have leads, you have custom domain. We've done some trainings in those aspects before, and then we have the payment gateway tab right here. So what you want to do is to click on the payment gateway tab, and it's going to reveal all of these options. So I'm going to toggle everything off. So yours may come like this, everything toggled off. So I'm going to walk you through each of the options you have here right away. So number 1, you have the shipping address option. So what this means is that if, for instance, you're selling a physical product, which will require you to actually ship the product to the customer, then you need the shipping address. All right, it's unlike a digital product where you can just purchase and then you're taken to a download page where you get access to your product immediately. All right, for a physical product, you need to provide a shipping address. So if you're selling a physical product or you're creating an e-commerce website for a physical product, then you'd want this option toggled on so that when the user is being taken through the checkout process, they're going to be asked, where do you want this item to be sent to? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? All right, I believe that does. So keep the engagement coming in, guys. All right, then option number 2, it said delivery available. Now, what does this option mean? Now, if you're selling a physical product, all right, and you're based in the US, all right, people might want to purchase your product from Europe, from Africa, from Asia, all right. And now, depending on the location you're sending the item to, it may determine the shipping fee, as the case may be. Or probably your offer may come with free shipping. So if your offer comes with free shipping, or if it's a digital product, then you might leave this option toggled off. But if you want to add shipping to the cost price of your product, then you have this option toggled on, and then you can set the shipping price to whatever you want. All right, you can set the shipping price. So by default it's on $10, so you can make it whatever you want. So it's just like these offers you see on these ads you may have come across on maybe Facebook, and they say get my book for free, just cover the shipping cost. All right, when you click on such an offer, you're definitely going to provide your shipping address like I've shown you in the first option, and then they'll be asking you to pay the shipping cost. So if you want to do something like that, this is the option that enables that. All right, but if it's a digital product that is being delivered virtually, or you're covering shipping for your customers, or you're doing a free shipping offer, then you might want to keep these toggled off. All right, so I'll just keep it toggled on for the purpose of this presentation. And then option number 3 is cash on delivery. All right, now cash on delivery, like we know it, right? A lot of e-commerce platform operate on this model, whereby you can make a purchase, you can make an order, and then you'd only pay upon delivery. All right, some brands actually have these option. All right, you can have a cash on delivery option, and then your customers can make a purchase on your website, and then they only get to pay once the item is delivered. So if that is what you want to actually do, you can toggle on this option, and that is done. So it's one click, it's simple, so anybody can actually do this. All right, then the next option is PayPal. So if you want to take payments via PayPal, probably that's the merchant processor, or the payment processor you're working with, or you have the account. All right, so you're going to toggle on this option, and then you're going to integrate your PayPal account. And to do that, you need to provide your PayPal client ID and your PayPal secret ID. For those of us that have PayPal accounts, PayPal merchant accounts, right, it's super easy to get this ID. All right, if maybe you want a demonstration of how that is done, you can actually leave a comment, and then I can maybe send you a video that shows you how to do that step by step when you log into your PayPal account. All right, same thing applies for Stripe. So if you want to use Stripe as your payment processor, you also have to integrate it in. All right, so for Stripe, you need your Stripe publish key and then your Stripe secret key. All right, so if you have a Stripe account, of course, you'll be able to access this information. All right, and then we have a third option, Paystack. So if it's a Paystack payment processor you're using, then you can also integrate it in as well. All right, so for now, 3 payment merchants or 3 payment processors are actually supported. We have PayPal, we have Stripe, we have Paystack, and then you can also use the pay on delivery option. Does that make sense? All right, so these are the options you have under payment gateway. So for the purpose of this presentation, I'm not going to try to bother myself with all of these. Like I explained, if you have a PayPal account and you are confused on how to get this information, you can leave a comment on the section, and support is going to help you out with that. All right, and also you can also chat up maybe your payment processor for help and all of that. But of course, if you leave a comment, we're going to give you a walkthrough video on how to get that from your account. Same thing applies to Stripe, and same thing applies to Paystack. All right, and now for the purpose of this presentation, so that I can actually make a purchase, because if I'm going to put a PayPal link right here, it means I'm going to make a purchase, and I don't want to actually spend money doing this right now. All right, so I'm going to choose the cash on delivery option, so that I can actually go ahead to make a purchase live on this call, and then if it's delivered, then I'll pay. All right, so I'm going to toggle on the cash on delivery option, and then I'm going to click on save. So once I do that, it's updated, as you can see. Then I'm going to go back to my page, and then we're going to preview and see what we have. All right, so this is our e-commerce website live. So do not of course, I did not spend time trying to customize and actually trying to sell a specific product. So when you're doing your own setup, probably you may have a product in mind, or you could be doing it for a client. So you have specifications of exactly what you want to sell, what the pricing should be, what the call to action should be, and all of that. All right, so this is the section we're actually going to test with. So remember, this first option, we actually took the route of external checkout. So if I click on this button right now, it's going to redirect me to an external page. And if you remembered very well, I used the marketing blocks pricing page link. So if I click on this, it's going to take me to that page, so I can make a purchase. So I can go ahead to make a purchase right on this page. All right, so the second option we talked about was the add to cart option. All right, so for those of us that have been asking, if you click on add to cart, what happens? So this is what happens. All right, when you click on add to cart, you see a cart come up right here. I'm trying to move my cursor really fast so that you notice it. All right, you see a cart right here. When I click on the cart, you see what we have live on the cart. All right, sorry, this is a little glitch. All right, you see what we have live on the cart. And then remember, this second product or the third product is also on the add to cart option. So when I click on it, you see that it's also added to cart. Sorry, my page is still loading. All right, so I'll just click on this to add to cart. All right, let me preview this page again. I actually have we've had bad weather over here, so network is really not stable. All right, but I believe you can hear me and you can see my screen very well. All right, so you can keep adding to cart just the same way you can do on Amazon. You know, you can add an item to cart severally depending on the number of purchase you want to make. Then this is also an add to cart option. I can also add it to cart as well. All right, or okay, or was this add to cart option? I cannot really remember right now, but I can remember very well that the second product was add to cart option. All right, so when I click on the cart, you can see that the product is added, and I added it 4 times. As you can see, I have 4 items on my cart. Does this make sense, guys? All right, so you can see it right here. All right, and then if you want to remove the item from cart, you can actually remove it. But I'll just go back and make a little edit so that we can see this in real time. Let me add pricing and all of that so that we can see the pricing updating live on the page. So I'll just go back to my editor to quickly do that. All right, so this is the product. This is the product. Okay, so I can come right here, women wears, categories, update image, and all of that. Okay, then I think this is also on the, okay, this is not on the add to cart option. This is actually on the bypass, so I can change that to the add to cart option, and then I can make this the bypass option. All right, then let me also customize for this option as well. All right, well, let me see this. Okay, so let me also customize for this option. So I can say this option is external checkout, just to be sure, external checkout. Then I can say this option is add to cart, for instance. I can say this option is direct checkout. All right, so I can come here and say okay. When I have this up, I come to payments and I can put this on external checkout. Then I'll add a payment link, then come to add to carts and make it add to carts. Then I'll come to direct checkout and tell it to bypass checkout. Then I can come to the product and updates. Okay, this is external checkout, so I cannot determine the price. Then this is add to cart option, so I can actually add my price in here, and direct checkout I can actually add the price in here. So let's see how this comes out. All right, so then I'm going to go back and try to preview my page one more time. All right, I hope we are following. So this is my page. So this is external checkout like I showed before. I'll just go back. Then this is add to cart. Let me empty my cart. So I've emptied the cart, so I can add this to cart. As you can see, it's added. Then I can add this to cart as well. All right, so I think there's an issue with that, so I'll just leave that out. So I'll check that out after now. So I can add multiple items to cart. Then I can also do the direct checkout option. Let me see. So this is the direct checkout option. So I'll just go back to show that very well. So remember, this also add to cart. I can click on it and add to cart. Then if you view your cart, you're going to see the different products. So this particular product, I added it twice, and this product, I added it once. So I can remove this, and leave this, and then go directly to pay. I will show you how the payments and the checkout page is in a minute. But for the bypass checkout option, it's not going to add the products to cart. Rather, it will take you directly to the checkout page. So when I click on this, it's going to take me directly to the checkout page. And because I actually toggled on the shipping address option, that is why I have this option right here, so that the user can, or the customer or the client can actually provide their shipping details. As you can see, this product is tagged at $50. All right, and then it's also showing me delivery fee. You know, I chose $15 as my delivery fee, so I can click on that and it will update automatically, just the same way your Amazon or eBay will work. And then I use the cash on delivery option, so I'll toggle that out and then you direct to checkout. Okay, I didn't fill this, so let me just fill it very quickly so we can proceed to checkout. And then you go to checkout, it's going to review your order and say, okay, this is this is that, and your customers even have an option to maybe leave a suggestion for you and all of that. They can click on this shipping details to go back and correct any of the details if maybe this preview has some wrong information or probably they gave a wrong address or all of that. But if everything is cool, they can go to confirm order and payment is made, and they are taken to this congratulations page, and then they can go back to your website to continue shopping. So that is for the bypass checkout option. Then for the add to cart option, after you're done shopping on the website, you simply go to carts the same way you have on Amazon or something, and then you see your cart, you review all the items you have on your cart, and then you can click on the pay now button, and then it now takes you to the payment page where you fill in your details and all of that. So does this make sense, guys? Does this make sense, guys? Let me know on the comments. Does this make sense, guys? All right, so like I said, it's super easy to use and anybody can do it. All right, anybody can do it. So after this call, I'd expect that every one of us can be able to set up a page, a simple page to collect payments, to sell our product, to sell our services, and whatever the case is, and also to create to turn it into a business. All right, people want to sell online. There are local businesses around your vicinity that are selling locally, so you can also pitch the idea of selling digitally for them. All right, it doesn't cause, it doesn't there's no harm. All right, they have their local audience. You can also create an online audience for them. You have marketing blogs to do your marketing for you, your social media marketing and all of that, and then you can set up an e-commerce website where they can actually collect payments on autopilot. Does that make sense, guys? Let me know on the chat so I'll know we are all still on the same page. Okay. The shipping, okay, somebody's asking, it said $0. Okay, for that particular product, I did not customize the price, so that is why it came out as $0. As you can see, I customized the price for this particular product. I set it at $50, and because I chose three of it, it summed up to $150. And then for the shipping fee, I did show you how to set that up, so you can have a shipping fee, and then if you have that toggle on, it will be added to the price as well. So, but bottom line, does this make sense before I move on to the question and answer session, because time is really fast spent? We have about 10 minutes to make the session an hour long. All right, so does this make sense? Let me know on the chat. Let me know if it makes sense thus far. So basically, that is how you set up your e-commerce website to collect payments for products and all of that on marketing blogs, and it's super easy. All right, it's super easy, so anybody can actually do it. All right, it's super easy, so anybody can actually do it. So this is it. So you go back to continue shopping, and here you are on your e-commerce website. Like I said, all the options are fully customizable. You can customize the image, the product description, the product name, the call to action text, and all of that. All right, so if that makes sense, I want you guys to let me know in the comments so that I can move to the next segment of this training session, which is the question and answer section. And I'm going to be taking a few questions, and please keep the questions coming in, because like I said, support is always on the call, and we'll be responding to everybody. We'll be responding to every single chat, every single message we'll have. All right, so does this make sense thus far? I want to see your responses. I'm not seeing it. All right, Stella says thanks. So I think I'll just transit into the question and answer session already. So Stella says thanks. Caroline says yes, it makes sense. Awesome. And then Curtis is asking, can we use multiple payment options for the site? Yes, we can. So all you just have to do is to toggle on the options that are available. All right, when you toggle them on the checkout page, the user is going to be given the option. So take for instance, I did set up my PayPal and all of that, and then sorry, take for instance, I've added this to carts, so I'll come to carts, I'll try to pay. All right, so if I set up other payment options, all right, if I do set up other payment options, it's going to give me an option to choose what payment method I want to use. So right now I only toggled on the cash on delivery method. That is why that is the only option showing here. But otherwise, if I do set up the other options, I'm going to have all of them listed here, and the user will have that option to choose which of the payment methods fits their need at that point. So I believe that answers your question. All right, so Lori says, what about tax? Okay, like I said, this particular option is still on beta, so it's still being improved. So that's an important thing you just mentioned, and that is already in the works, as it were. All right, so like I said, updates have been made to it, and that will be added as well, so that taxes can be added based on your location and all of that. All right, so I hope that answers your question. How do you add compounds? Dollar says, how do you add compounds? So I don't know what that question is all about. How do you add compounds? So what do you mean? You can maybe clarify again. All right, so I'm just going to try to see if I can pick like 2 or 3 more questions. Maurice says total sense. Awesome. Elizabeth says yes, it makes sense. Jay says it does make sense. All right, he says, what about tax? I already talked about tax. Does that come from your payment portal? Okay, I already talked about tax. That option will be added so that taxes can be added. All right, and then summed up to what the customer is buying. Regina says makes sense. Ade says it definitely makes sense. All right, Maurice says what I meant is shipping per product. Okay, shipping per product. Okay, what you mean is if currently, to answer that question, currently you're actually able to set up a flat shipping fee. All right, so depending on what you are selling, if it's something that is actually sizable, that will require a lot of shipping fee, probably you want to set up that price better. So of course, adding a dynamic shipping option, so that as your cart compounds, you also compound the shipping fee. That will also be looked into. P says yes, it does make sense. Sean says amazing. Awesome, thanks gents. Curtis says great, thanks for the answer. Okay, so I believe that brings us to the end of the question and answer session. I will still keep taking 1 or 2 questions as I see them, because the questions are not dropping for me. All right, so just keep your questions, your suggestions and all of that coming in, and support, like I said, is on the call, and we'll be taking note of everything. All right, and now to move to the last part of this training, which is the action point section. So I'm going to actually list out 3 action points that I want us to take. All right, so it's not all about seeing how to do it, it's actually going ahead to do it. All right, so action point number 1, are we together? Action point number 1, are we together? Let me know on the comment section. Action point number 1, are we together? Action point number 1, are we together? Give me a yes on the comment section. Give me a yes on the comment section. All right, give me a yes on the comment section. All right, so let me jump into the action point. So action point number 1, all right, for those of us that did watch last week training, and then we went ahead to create our digital product, then you have a second assignment, which is to set up a payment page for your product, or for your product. All right, is to set up a payment page for your product. Or for those of us that sell services, you can now also set up a payment page, or a website where people can order your services on autopilot without you having to manually handle them. You can do that right now. All right, so if you have a digital product set up, or you have a service that you're offering or rendering with marketing blocks, you can actually set up an e-commerce website for that, so that you can actually collect and process payment. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, guys? Let me know in the comment section. Then action point number 2, if you do not have a product and you do not have a service currently, or probably you want to go a different route, you can actually sell this as a service. Like I said, you have so many local businesses in your neighborhood that sells locally. You can set up something for them online in the digital space, so they have 2 streams of customer inflow. While they keep marketing in their local to their local audience, they can also market to an online audience. So you can actually set up a simple e-commerce website and charge as little as $500 to $1,500 for something very simple. And of course, depending on your customer avatar, it will actually then decide what you can actually charge for this. But on the average, you can charge between $500 to $1,500 for a simple e-commerce website, as I have shown you. All right, so that's action point number 2. So how cool is that? You can actually monetize these if you do not have your own product to sell. Create a website, an e-commerce website on Marketing Blocks for a client and get paid for that service. And trust me, it doesn't take more than a few minutes to set up. All right, it doesn't take more than a few minutes to set up, and you do not need to be an expert at anything. Just click a few buttons and follow the instructions as we have shown it, and you are good to go. All right, so action point number 3, I would want you to make a post of this on the community so that we can actually be able to review what you're doing and also offer our suggestions. And also, more than that, it also serves as an accountability system. I always say this: make a post of what you're doing. We have I have a couple number of users on Marketing Blogs that are very active on the community, and they are doing great things. All right, and whenever they finish a task on Marketing Blogs, or rather whenever they use Marketing Blogs to create maybe a copy, a video, a page, or what have you, they post it on the community. All right, it gives you this ginger to do more. It gives you an advantage because you have multiple professionals of like minds to actually help you review before you put it out there to your customers. So make a post on the community. Let it serve as an accountability system for you. All right, let it serve as an accountability system for you. So action point number 1 is set up an e-commerce website for your product, for your service, whatever the case is. Number 2 is to set up one for a client. All right, if you do not want to go the first route, you can go the second route. Set up an e-commerce website for a client, and like I said, you can charge between $500 to $1,500 for something as simple as this, and even more. All right, you can charge up to $5 to $10K for an e-commerce website. All right, you can. All right, you can, depending on your customer or your client and how well you are going to how much time and effort you're going to invest to make it super clean and professional. All right. And number 3, make a post on the community of your progress so that we can actually help you review and make things better before you throw it out to your customers. All right, and then it can also serve as an accountability system to you. Does that make sense, guys? So if that makes sense, let me know. Keep the engagement coming in. All right, I see a number of comments saying coupons. Okay, that option is not actually live now, but we're taking note of it. Like I said, it's on beta, but you can actually go ahead already. All right, you can actually go ahead and set up something and move forward one step, and these options are going to be pushed shortly. All right, I hope that makes sense. All right, guys, keep the questions coming in, keep the comments coming in, keep the suggestions coming in. Support is going to take notes of all of these. Regina says yes, makes sense. Thank you for all 3 action points. Maurice says makes sense. Lori says thank you for the training. Awesome. It was nice having you guys on the call. I believe it was super exciting, and I believe it was value packed as usual. All right, I believe we have learned something that's going to give us some progress in our business, in our online hustle, whatever the case is, whatever we're currently doing. All right, so thank you guys for joining us for this session. Like I said, keep your comments coming in, keep your questions coming in, keep your suggestions coming in. Support is on the chat, and we're taking note of everything. I will be responding to everybody. All right, thank you for joining us for the session. Like I said, I believe you did get value. If you did get value, give me a fire emoji on the comment section. All right, give me a fire emoji on the comment section. All right, I'll just take a few seconds to check the chat so I can give a shout out to those of us on the call. So thank you, Jay, for joining. Thank you, Regina, for joining. Thank you, Lori, for joining. Thank you, Maurice, for joining. Thank you, Lori, for joining. Thank you, Ade, for joining. Sean, Maurice, Elizabeth, Lori. All right, thank you for joining, guys. Stella, you guys rock. Jerry, peace. Thank you for joining. It's always exciting. It's always value packed on the session. So I do hope to see you in next week's edition of this training. It's going to be value packed as usual, and it's going to be worth your time. So let's keep taking action. Let's keep moving forward. Let's keep making progress. Let's keep making money. All right. If you have any questions, keep them on the comment section. All right. If it's a product-based question, you can write our support on at support@marketingblogs.ai, and we'll be more than happy to help you. All right. Thanks, guys, for joining once again. It was a super exciting one for me. I hope it was for you. I look forward to seeing you on next week's edition of the training. Do have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.